Hey, everybody. So, again, we're going to be talking about WhatsApp today. Today's May 11th, 2023. It's hot outside. It's fantastic. I've been working in the backyard all day, and it's just a beautiful day here in the Seattle area. So, looking forward to being with y'all today and talking through WhatsApp. I think most of you guys on this call probably have more experience in WhatsApp than I do. Y'all could probably be teaching this class today because I know that in the African community, WhatsApp is very prevalent. A lot of people use it to communicate with folks back at home. I don't use it on a daily basis. I probably use it mostly when I'm traveling, especially if I'm going overseas. I use it a lot. And so we'll just talk about some advantages of WhatsApp. We're going to talk about a lot of the features available in WhatsApp because there's a lot of cool things you can do in there. It's a pretty simple app. And by the way, it's WhatsApp, so WHATSAPP. And it's essentially just text messaging. It's free texting. You can call folks that have a WhatsApp. You can do video calling, especially works really popular and is very good for folks with Android devices that have family outside of the US. And so highly encourage everybody that's watching this to, if you don't already, make sure that you go get a WhatsApp account. It's pretty easy. You just go to either the Google Play Store, I think is what it's called for Android. And if you're on an iPhone, you go to the App Store and you can download WhatsApp. It's for a free app. You can just download it. You will have to have one account of WhatsApp per phone number. So you cannot have multiple accounts linked to one phone number. One phone number, one account. So if you have like a business and you want to have a separate one, you would need a different phone number, a different mobile phone number for that. So when you go to sign up, it's going to ask you your phone number. You put it in. It's going to send you a code to that phone number. You verify that code, and then that account will then be linked to that phone number. And so let's just talk about some of the benefits of using WhatsApp, and then we'll get into some demonstration. I'm actually going to turn off my camera because I'm going to be sharing my phone screen so that you guys can see as I go through the app. And so let's talk about some of the biggest advantages of having WhatsApp and being able to use it. So if you ever travel internationally, again, like I was saying earlier, you probably will use WhatsApp. It's very nice app because you can communicate it across multiple platforms. Oftentimes, if you have an iPhone, you can send, I think it's blue text messages to people that are also on iPhones, and then green text messages to people that are outside of iPhone. And sometimes you're restricted on sending stuff to people without an iPhone because, it's Apple and they really do want to try and keep things nice and tight. And there's a lot more you can do when sharing with other people on an iPhone. Also, if you have a regular text group in like an iPhone or on an Android, you've probably noticed that the max you can put in a group is somewhere around 10 people for a text group. So, you can send photos and share things with family, but you're really limited to small groups. With WhatsApp, you can actually have 1,023 people in a chat group, which is incredible. 1,000 people. So just like let's think about all the different things and all the different little communities that we're all involved in our own life, right? Like you have your community at work, maybe there's 20, 30, or 40 people that you might have a chat with in WhatsApp. Doesn't matter again what type of device they have, Windows device, and Android device, an iPhone, a laptop, a tablet. It doesn't really matter because everyone can access the WhatsApp platform and communicate. So it's really great for that. How about a church group? Do you belong to a church with less than 1,000 people? Could they set up a WhatsApp group and communicate with you directly to your phone and say, hey, everybody, it's Sunday. We're excited to see you. All these things are going on. We're excited to see you this Sunday at church. We're looking forward to having you, right? And it just comes straight to your phone, just like a text message. And then people can also ask questions there. It can be like a two-way communication, or you can even make it a one-way communication. So let's also think about like maybe if you're in school and you have a class and your class is working on a project and maybe there's 20 or 30 people in your class, you can set up a WhatsApp group and everyone can chat there. Hey, I was working on the project and had a question for the class or for the teacher, and the teacher can answer that question in the group chat where everybody's going to get the answers to that question. Because if one person has it, typically multiple people have the same question, right? And so that's one other way that I can think of. Another thing is just, and I'll ask you guys, because I know you guys probably use WhatsApp. How do you guys use WhatsApp in your different communities that y'all are involved with? I would love to hear. Either Edward or Margaret, if y'all want to unmute. Do you guys use WhatsApp?
Yes.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Okay.
We do.
Uh,
We do.
Edward, do you use WhatsApp? If you're able to talk. Okay.
I use
I
I use WhatsApp so much.
You do use WhatsApp?
Use so much.
Oh, what was the one called?
Uh, in churches, in church groups, in
Okay.
Facebook groups,
Okay. Okay.
family
Okay.
groups. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really great app. And so we had kind of surveyed some folks on what we wanted to teach going forward. We have classes we'll be going through the rest of this month and next month. And so this was one of the classes people had asked for. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about WhatsApp. Does anybody know who owns WhatsApp? Anybody?
Mm,
I'm going to go ahead and make myself a host. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Somebody said Max Z. Yeah, so WhatsApp is actually owned by Facebook or Meta, right? Most of you guys probably know Meta. So I'm going to just get rid of that. I'm going to go to WhatsApp. So did you guys see what the app looks like? So WhatsApp is that green app in the top left right there. It says WhatsApp. So again, if you don't have it, definitely go and get it and make sure that you are using it. It's a really good tool I think you'll like. So this is kind of my home screen here. You can see I've got all my different contacts. It looks very much like what you would see in a normal, texting group. Right here, I'm texting with Erica. This is my wife. I was texting with some other people in class on Tuesday. Right here, I made a little group for a text group, and we just kind of played around with it and just did some really fun things. And so, um, again, yeah, Meta owns it. And one of my favorite things that I really like about it is at the bottom of my screen there, you see it says your status updates are end-to-end encrypted. So not even the app, not even WhatsApp knows and is reading your messages back and forth between the people you're communicating with because it's encrypted end to end. So it's encrypted going from your phone all the way to the people that you're communicating with. So you don't have to worry about other people looking at your messages. It is extremely secure and private. It is important though to make sure that you know who you're communicating with, right? So that is definitely important because if random people just kind of reach out to you, I would just be a little suspicious about that. Make sure you know who you're talking to. So let's keep going here and let's just kind of go through the app. So here you can see all the way on the left, you can see on the bottom, there's a couple different buttons on the bottom. You have status, you have calls, communities, chats, and settings. And so we're just going to go through those. You can see my status right there. So if I click on my face, you can see that it allows me, I can take a picture right now. I'm going to just go ahead and take a picture. Boom. And I want to just upload that. And that's now my photo. So it just updated my photo. Easy, right? All you have to do is just click your picture and you can take a quick photo. It's really easy to do that. So that's pretty much the status area. It also shows some recent people that I've been in contact with, Boom, Pastor Zipporah, and Maureen. That was at our class a couple days ago. I'm going to go ahead and move over to settings. And here is a really easy way for you to go ahead and like share your contact information with people. So let's say you do want to invite somebody to WhatsApp and they're not on WhatsApp. You can just, you see up in the top right, it says Eric H. and it says, hey there, I am using WhatsApp. And then just to the right of that, you see like a little QR code. If I click that QR code, it actually takes me here and it says your QR code is private. If you share it with someone, they can scan it with their WhatsApp camera to add you as a contact. So up in the top right, you can see that I have like that arrow button in the top right corner of my phone. So if I click that, now I can text my contact information to someone. So let's say I send it to my wife. I can say, hey, add me in WhatsApp. Hit send. And it sends her my contact information, and then she can open that up and we can be contacts in WhatsApp. So typically WhatsApp is going to already know a lot of your contacts because it is looking at your contacts in your phone. And it's going to say, hey, this person is on or they're not. And so let's go back over here. So right now I'm in chat and you can see that I've got a lot of different people there. If I go to calls, you can also see that there's some calls that I had recently. And in the top right, again, you see the phone with the plus sign. So if I click that, I can add a new contact. So these are all the contacts that are already in my phone. And you can see that most of the people are already on WhatsApp. So you can see as I go down my contacts, people have their messages and it just says, hey there, I'm using WhatsApp. So these are all the people in my phone that are already on WhatsApp. You can see a couple people there, Deshaun and Levi, are not on WhatsApp, right? But everybody that has like that kind of that subtext under their name and it's in gray, all of those folks are on WhatsApp. So most people are on WhatsApp that are already in my contacts. Okay. So if I wanted to call them, obviously I could just hit the call button or I could just hit the video button and it would call and or video them straight from here. So it's really easy to do that with folks. Okay. So let's go back over to chat. This is where I would say this is really the biggest thing that people use WhatsApp for is for chatting. I would probably say 95% of the people that are using it for this function right here. So let's talk about that. So I've just got my wife here. If you wanted to initiate like a new chat, of course, up in the top right, you see that little pencil in the top right. Just click that and you can just find somebody in your contacts. So you see it starts with, you can make a new group. A group would be a collection of contacts. You can make a new group. You can add a new contact or a community. And I have my frequent contacts. And then down below, I have all the rest of the people that are in mine. So I'm just going to go ahead. I told my wife that, hey, I'm probably going to send you a lot of messages today for the training. So she knows to expect to get messages from me today. But if I click on her contact there, and then I say, hey, how's it going? Notice as I hit the blue kind of airplane to the right of where I typed my text, I'm going to hit that airplane and you're going to see a one check show up and then a second check. So the first one's there, and then that second one pops in. That first check mark tells me that the message sent. That second one tells me that it's been received on the other end. So I'm going to say hi. So watch it again here. So I said hi. I'm going to hit send. You got one check. And then that second one pops in. Okay. So just a really easy way to show that your messages are getting delivered. Really easy. If I look at Erica, so again, if I want to have different settings for this particular chat, and this could be a group, this could also be an individual. So a couple things up top, let's just look around. So you see there's a video camera up top. So of course, if I hit that video camera, it would just initiate a video call immediately. If I hit the call phone there at the top right, of course, it's going to go ahead and make a phone call. But let's look at some settings under Erica. So I'm just going to actually tap her name up top. And here are the settings for this chat. And this is one thing I really like. You can have different settings for different chats. So if there's somebody that you want to get like you don't want to see their messages because they're annoying you, or they're sending too many messages. That's happened before. You can actually mute them. So right here, you see where it says mute. Right now, I have my wife on no. I do not want to mute my wife, but if there was a group chat that you were in and you wanted to stay in it, but you maybe didn't want to get all the notifications, you could just go to mute there and hit mute for 8 hours. You can mute the chat for 1 week or forever, always, right? And obviously, you can always go back and change this. But if there's a particular thing going on and you just don't want to get messages for 8 hours, you can hit that and it'll do that for you. So let's just kind of look around. So you have starred messages, so you can have obviously star messages. So if I start a message in here, let's kind of go back. So what I did is I'm going back and I'm looking at my chat with my wife here. And let's say she said something really important where she put the 2 smiley faces there. If I just press down on that, where those 2 smiley faces are, it brings up an extra little menu. There's a lot of different things that I can do here. I can star, I can reply, I can forward her response, copy it. I can report it if it's like, something I've seen that I wasn't comfortable with, or of course I can delete it. I'm going to star it. So let's see what happens. So you see that little star that popped up under it. So I've started that message now. So what does that do? So again, if I go back and I click on Erica's name, Erica Hunter, and you see there it says starred messages now in yellow, right in the middle of the screen, starred messages, and it says 1. So if I click that now, it shows me that starred message. So how would you use this? Let's think about it. Let's say someone sends you a code to their house. Like, they're going to be out of town. They want you to go over to their house and water the plants because they're going to be on vacation for 2 weeks and they don't want their plants to die. And you text this person a lot. And so you don't want to always have to go back to your chat and scroll and find the code. So you can just go to the code. Let's say this is the code where the smiley faces are. You just press and hold down. You hit star. And then it's so easy to find because then you can just go back to your chat with that person. You can go to starred messages and it's going to bring up anything that you starred. So, and that'll be there for a long time, guys, for as long as you want it to be, which is really nice because sometimes you're having chats with people and you get some really important information and you don't want to lose it. And you're like, man, I wish I could like just kind of pull that out of the conversation and have it for easy reference later. Well, this is how you do that. You can star certain messages that you get in a group or in an individual chat. You can change the wallpaper for the chat. So my wallpaper for my chat with my wife is this one. I'm just going to go ahead and change it to like, let's go with some, we like beaches. Let's go with that one. I love that one. That looks amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set. And I'm going to give her a different sound. So when I get a message from her, I want a specific sound so that if I'm not looking at my phone, but I hear that sound, I automatically know that it's from her. So I'm going to go to alert tone and I'm just going to do circles. And I'm going to hit save. So now I have a unique tone for her and I have a different wallpaper for her. So I'm going to hit info up top left. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to hit back one more time. And now look in our chat, the background has changed. Okay. So that's really cool. Really cool. Also, let's see here. I can send her voice chats. So if you see where I normally right here, say hi, I'm going to go ahead and send that. But all the way to the right, if you don't have the ability to maybe write, you can actually send a voice text. And so a voice text is just when you basically record your voice and say, I do it sometimes instead of texting, like if you have a lot to say, I would rather do it with my voice than trying to text it. It's a whole lot faster. And so sometimes if I have a lot to say, I'll just click, can't record voice. Oh, am I in a phone call? Oh yeah, I'm on Zoom, so it's not going to let me use the microphone on my phone because I'm on Zoom on my phone also. But normally, you would just be able to hit that microphone to the right over there, all the way on the far right to you see the camera to the right of the text box, and there's a microphone. If you just click that, you would be able to record a voice message to the person or to the group that you're sending it to. So really convenient function. Same thing with the camera there. Just click camera. Obviously, I can take a photo or I can just select a previous photo. I'm going to select that one and say this is it. And then I'm just going to hit the send button there. Okay. And I just sent that photo to Erica. Okay. So that's how we send photos. Let's see here. Also, if you just want to send like little, sometimes people like sending emojis and things like that, just to the right of the text box. In the text box there, you see there's like a little paper with the bottom folded up. If you click that, it gives you all these little fun things that you can do. You can go back here, you can come back over here, you can come here. There's lots of like little fun, just kind of silly things that you can do. So I could send her like a coffee cup and say hi. Just fun, different little things that you can do there. Now, this is my favorite part of WhatsApp now, is if you see the plus to the left. So again, you see the text box, so I can say hi. But to the left, you have that plus sign. Let's take a look at the plus sign. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. So I hit the plus sign. And you see some options here. I've got camera, which of course probably means I can take a photo of myself. You got photo and video library. So that's where you would have the opportunity to select a photo from your library. And I'll just demonstrate each one. So I'm just going to click camera, and we've already done this. Let me just take a picture of myself here, and I'm going to send. Okay. So now she got a quick photo. If I hit that plus sign again and go to photo and video library, now it brings up some other ones, and I'm going to send her the one from the other day. Okay. But let's say let's say the photo wasn't already here, right? So you have to go and you have to actually add it. So it says you've given WhatsApp access to only a select number of photos. So let's say that there's a photo in my phone that's not here. So you need to go to manage. So I'm going to click manage right above where those couple photos are, because I've only given WhatsApp access to a few photos. So I'm going to hit manage there, and I'm going to do select more photos. And now I have access to all of my photos. So my son and I went fishing the other day. I'm just going to put down here the fish. And here's the fish that he caught. Well, rainbow trout. We actually caught it in Federal Way. It was a whole lot of fun. So now I have those two photos. So now I can select that photo and I can send that one. Right. So too easy to do. If the photo's not in there, again, you just hit the plus sign, go to photos and video library, click on manage, select more photos. And it may be a little bit different experience, by the way, if you're using an Android or a different device, but it should look very similar to what it looks like on my iPhone. So I had a work lunch yesterday. So let's say if I wanted to send that to my wife, so I can just click there. You see the little check mark that tells you that I'm adding that to be available to share in WhatsApp. And now I hit done. And now it's available as a photo. So I can send that to her. There we go. Okay. So that's how to send photos to the chat. So I'm going to hit the plus sign again. And let's say I wanted to send a document. I don't know that if I have any documents on here. I got a couple different things on here. Let's say I wanted to send my wife the document. So again, just click it and you can hit open and it sends her the document. Just hit send and there it is. It's a PDF that's on my phone. Again, let's hit the plus sign and see what else we got in here. So this is where it gets a lot of fun. Location. Let me go ahead and see somebody else just joined. So location. So I'm going to share my location with my wife. So why would you use that function? Has anybody ever used the function where you like drop a pin to somebody because you want them to, just come see you? Have you guys ever done that? Anybody here dropped a pin before?
No.
No. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let's see here. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My dog came in here. All right, so let's go back over here to WhatsApp. Okay, so where were we? So I'm going to hit the plus sign, and I am going to share my location. So this is a really cool function because let's say you pop the tire while you're driving down I-5, and you need to, people are like, where are you at? I'm going to come help you. I'm somewhere on I-5 and Federal Way, right? It's very hard to describe that. So it's sometimes easier to be able to share your location. And so to share your location, you can just hit the plus button just to the left of the text box there. And you see where they're in the drop down, there's an option there to share your location. So I'm going to click location, and boom, it shares my location. So you can see there where it's at, and you see there's a button that says send your current location is accurate to 5 meters. Now, I will tell you that if you're on Wi-Fi, this is going to be extremely accurate. If you're maybe using your phone signal, it may not be as accurate, but it's still going to be pretty good. So if I click send your current location, it's going to send her my location. So you see that, again, we've got the 2 check marks, which tells me that she has received that message. And then when she gets that, it's always going to look like this, by the way. The same photo is going to be displayed. But if she clicks on that, it shows my location. And then you can just click that arrow in the bottom left. You see that kind of up arrow in the bottom left. You can click that, open it up in Maps or Google Maps or Waze, and then it's going to take you directly to that person. So obviously I'm on top of myself, but I'm going to go ahead and hit open up in Maps. And then I can hit directions, and it's going to take me to myself. So I can hit go, and it's going to take me directly to wherever that person is located. Now, obviously, I'm on top of myself, so I'm going to hit en route, and I'm going to back up out of there. But it's an extremely, extremely useful function. You can go to hybrid map if you don't want to just be in normal map mode. So this is like the cartoon, a little bit easier to see. But if I wanted to kind of see the park up here and see what was going on at this park, I could go to hybrid and say, oh, that looks like a nice park that's close to their house. Maybe we can meet them there. And so that is how to use the drop pin function. Extremely, extremely useful in class. The other day when we were teaching this on Tuesday, a lot of people really like that function because it's just easier than giving somebody an address, right? So, when someone says, shoot me your address, now you know that you don't have to do that. You can just shoot them a pin, again, by coming in here to WhatsApp, having them as a contact, hit the plus sign, and then share your location right there. Okay. The last thing I want to share here, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the group messaging options. The last thing I want to share is this, how to poll people. So let's say I wanted to see how my wife's day is going. I can poll her. I can send her a poll and give her some options. And I say, hey, honey, let's go ahead to poll. And it says, ask a question. I'm going to say, how's your day going? And then you hear the options. Her options, I'm going to give her amazing, so-so. I'm going to give her an option of, I don't want to talk about it. Let's see, I messed up that there. I don't want to talk about it. Terrible. And then the last one I'm going to have is, why do you ask? So I'm going to ask her, how's your day going? And her options are going to be amazing, so-so, I don't want to talk about it, terrible, or why do you ask? Now, if you want to change the order that these options are in, you see those 3 slashes to the right. Let's say I want why do you ask to be the top one. So I can just hold down those 3 slashes and I can move it up. And if I want so-so to be the bottom one, again, I can just hold those 3 slashes to the right of so-so and I can move it down. So you can reorder the questions. Okay. So see that, and just move those up and everything goes in different order. Allow multiple answers. What does that mean? So that would mean that they can select, why do you ask, amazing, and terrible. And I don't think that makes sense. I just want her to choose from these and choose one of them, not multiple. So I'm going to unclick that, and then I'm going to send the poll. Okay. Now notice there's zeros on the right. So it looks like the poll sent, because we see the 2 check marks at the bottom. I sent it at 6:38 and she received it. And it says select one. So she can select, why do you ask? Amazing. I don't want to talk about it. Terrible, or so-so. We'll see if she responds here in a minute. I'll give her a second. But this is really fun, especially like think about some of the use cases you could have for something like this. If you had, maybe you were putting together a party and you say, hey, what does everybody want for the main course? Pizza, chicken, or steak? And literally people can, get polled here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say you had a group chat and I can just go here to poll and say, what do you want for dinner? Pizza, chicken, steak, or tacos? Send. Just, you could even do this with your kids. If you're like, you got a couple kids and you want to send them a quick survey, and then all they have to do is just click 1, or they can even click 2 on this particular survey. So let's say I clicked it. So you see pizza there. So I clicked pizza and I clicked chicken. So you see now it gives a count of 1 for each option. So if I was in a group chat, let me actually go to one of my group chats, see if I can get some people to respond to me. So I set up this one the other day. Trying to remember who's in it. It's me, Aboon, Pastor Tony, and Patrick. Is anybody here on this call on WhatsApp? I can add you to this group really quick. Is anybody here on WhatsApp? Edward, Domingos, Margaret?
Yes, I'm on WhatsApp.
Okay, I'm going to add you really quick, Edward. So let's see.
Me too.
Was that Margaret? Okay.
Yes.
Great. Let me go back over here and I'm going to make a new contact. Edward, what's your phone number?
630.
Okay.
943. 5201.
Perfect. Perfect. There you are with the red, yellow bug. That's you.
Yes,
Nice.
yes,
I love it. And then Margaret, what is your number?
253.
Uh-huh.
253
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
487
Okay.
4600
Can you say that one more time?
4600.
4500
600
6.
4600 46.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I got you there. 4600. Margaret. A-N-G-I. Oh, I misspelled that. M-W-A-N-G-I. Okay, save. And it looks like there we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go back to that chat for Mission Africa and let's see if I can add you guys. Add participants. And I'm going to add Margaret. Uh-huh. And I am going to add Edward. Uh-huh. And hit add. Add Edward and Margaret to Mission Africa. I'm going to add you guys. So I've just added you guys. Can't add Margaret. You can invite them to privately join this group. Invite to group. Okay. So I went ahead and I did add Edward, and it looks like it invited you, Margaret. Yeah, it shows right here in the middle. It says you've been invited. Okay. So now I've got this group called Mission Africa Peoples. And I'm going to send you guys a survey. What's for dinner? Actually, I'll say, how's classes been going? Oops, sorry. And I wrote that in a message. So first of all, I'll say hi to everybody. Okay, and it shows right there above that we've added Edward. I'm actually going to go in and change our background, choose a wallpaper, and let's go with something dark. And we're going to do like the mountain with the moon thing. So we're going to set that. And then I'm going to go back, and now we got our mountain there. So I'm going to hit the plus sign, and I'm going to do a poll. Okay, so I'm going to say, how are you enjoying this warm weather? I love it. Is it warm? I'll put a little smiley face by that one. Let's see. Wish I had air conditioning. I like the rain. Or let's say I miss the rain. So that's going to be our options there. And I am going to allow multiple answers. So I'm going to hit send. And let's see if anybody responds to me. And Edward, you should have got it. So if you can go in your WhatsApp and respond, that would be awesome. And then we'll watch. There you go. And Edward said he wishes he had air conditioning. I do sometimes too, trust me. And it's the beginning of the season. So again, just imagine, and I would love y'all's feedback. What are some ways you can think of that you would use this?
I'm not able to pick one.
Oh, you know what, Margaret? This happened the
Yeah.
other day to someone. They had to update their app because this is like a newer function in the app. So if you go to settings, and I'm trying to remember where they did it. You know what they actually did is they went to their app store. They actually deleted the app and they re-downloaded it again. So like, let's say I wanted to delete it. I would go to the app store if you're on a iPhone. If you're on a Android, you would go to like the Google Play, I believe is what they call it. But let's say I came here to the app store and I hit search and I put in WhatsApp. And it comes up and it says WhatsApp Messenger. So I can open it, right? Let's go here. But if you click it, I can also update. So if you don't have the newest version of WhatsApp, then it's not going to have the poll function. So I can hit here and go to version, and I can see that WhatsApp. So I went to version history, and I can see that 3 days ago, as you can see there at the top, 3 days ago, they released version 23.9.77. So if I haven't updated my app in the last 3 days, I have an outdated app. And so I would just back up and I would hit update. I'm not going to do it right now because I am sharing my screen with you guys and I don't want to have any issues, but definitely check that out if the polling is not working.
I don't understand. Where do
Yeah,
I update it?
yeah, you may just need to update your app.
I delete this one and download the new one.
Yes. So you can either delete the old one and then re-download it, right? So that way you can get it, or you could just, if you had the option to just hit update, you can do that. Either one will work. Sometimes it's easier just to delete the app. I'm sorry?
Where do I go to have update?
To delete it?
To update. I need to update. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So what kind of phone are you on?
Android.
An Android?
Android. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna apologize. I don't know how to delete an app on an Android, but I know on an iPhone you can, if you hold down on an app. So like you have an app here on your desktop and you can just hold down and press it and it gives you an option to remove the app. So if I hit remove app, it just deletes the app and then it verifies I want to delete it. I hit delete and it's gone. And then you can go back to where you get your apps and then you would just re-download that app to get the newest version.
I'll do that.
If you go to the Google Play store and you go to WhatsApp, do you see an option to update? Yeah, because it looks like they just updated it a couple days ago. So they're always updating these, as they get feedback from their customers and so forth. They're constantly updating the app. So it's always good to check if there's an update on your apps. Okay. So this is one of my favorite functions, though, is the ability to have people fill out the survey.
WhatsApp, is it WhatsApp Messenger? I'll do that. I don't know if I will be able to recover my information.
The only information, it doesn't even require a password. It should only require you to put in your phone number, and then it may send you like a confirmation code to your phone number just to make sure that you are the user of that phone. But you shouldn't have to put in a password or anything like that.
Let me do that. And like lose the class. Let me do that.
Okay. Another couple options, again, and this is the same if you're in a group chat. So this group chat here, again, if I hit Mission Africa, I can see as I scroll down, this one has 5 participants. Okay. And I can go over and I can add a group description right there. Kept messages. Let's look at that area where it says kept messages. No kept messages. Disappearing messages right in the middle. You see that where it says disappearing messages? So if I click that, these are some really useful options. So you can make the messages go away and just permanently be gone in 24 hours, 7 days, or 90 days. So why is that useful? Again, just your phone memory, right? If you're in a group that chats a lot, you might want to consider having the messages be removed after 24 hours. If you're in one with people that are discussing topics, you may want to go back and review in a week or in 90 days. You may want to go with an option of have the messages removed in 7 days or in 90 days, or you can even do off. And that way it'll keep all the messages in that chat indefinitely. That's definitely an option also. But I tend to want to go with either 24 hours or 7 days right there. And again, because I'm the administrator for this chat, this is the setting for the entire chat for everyone. So if I set it at 7 days, for everyone in this chat, messages older than 7 days will automatically disappear. So again, I set this one at 7 days there. You can also go to group settings and just look at who can send messages and things like that. So you have a lot of fun different tools in there. If we wanted to video chat everybody in this particular chat, if I hit the video camera right there in the middle, it would actually call everybody on a video call in WhatsApp. And so again, I really love this app because it gives you the opportunity to communicate with so many people. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I'll add you. My WhatsApp phone number is, let's add Mr. Domingos. Let's go down here and I'm going to add a new contact and 207-807-9370. And save. And yeah. Oh, look at that shot picture. Very nice. Awesome. So now we've got Domingos in here. So let's go back to our Mission Africa chat. I'm going to click Mission Africa. I'm going to scroll down and I can add a participant right there in the middle. So I'm going to do that. Add participant. I'm going to type in the name and hit add. Add Kina to Mission Africa People's Group. Add. Adding one participant and looks like it worked. So now I am going to send a new survey and see if I can get a new answer. Stop it. And again, I'm only going to allow one answer, so I'm not going to allow multiple answers. And I'm going to go ahead and hit send right there. And let's see what's for dinner tonight for those of you who are in the chats. I'm going to go ahead and select my answer. That's my answer right there. Yep, very nice. Let's see one. I think that's Edward chose steak. And Domingos, can you go ahead and respond to that? Yeah, definitely. You're welcome. I see you said thank you in the chat there. If you got the survey, feel free to respond. Again, I know some of you maybe were not able to respond to the survey. Again, you may need a app update because that is a newer feature in the app. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions on using WhatsApp? That's primarily what the main function is just being able to chat You can also, of course, do phone calls and video, but primarily it's a group chat. You know, again, you can have up to 1,023 people in one chat. So again, just think about how could you use that, right? Could your church use that as an easy way to get in contact with everybody? What other groups are you involved in your community? Or it'd be nice just to have a big group chat with 20, 30 people, maybe it's 100 people, maybe it's all the way up to 1,023 people, but very easy way to get information now. We are even internally at Mission Africa talking about potentially using this as a way to get in contact with you all and just say, hey, here's what's going on for class today. Make sure that you bring your phone and it's charged because we're going to be using our phones today to talk about WhatsApp. You know, it's an easy way for us to get in contact with you guys. And so look out for that. We may be starting a group chat soon with all of you. Would that work for you guys? Domingos, Margaret, Edward, would that be something you guys would be open to?
Yes, for me, I'll be okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do.
Okay. Okay, great. Sounds good. Yep. Let's see. Domingo says sure. Okay. Definitely. So, all right, guys, any questions or thoughts? Anything else that you want to share? I know you guys probably use this app more than I do. Anything else that would be worth sharing with the group? All right, sounds good. Well, it's been fun having you guys. I'm going to go ahead and I will stop the recording. And thank you guys for being here. And I will, if I don't see you, this weekend at our class at Mission Africa, then I'll see you right back here next week. Next week, we'll be talking about setting up our calendars, on our phones. That's a very useful tool if you haven't already started using it, being able to have like an electronic calendar, because I know most of us have a lot going on. And it'd be really nice if we had one calendar where everything is at. And I'm going to show you how to do that next week. Okay. Y'all take care. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. And have a good night too, sir.